Hi there everybody, and welcome to a new gameplay series for Conquest of Elysium 5. I'm Icon, and we're going to explore the Monkey Maharaja faction in this one. I'm playing a medium-sized map with a random era on Baron difficulty. The goal of this series, which will be roughly 2 to 3 episodes, is to show you how the faction works, how to have fun with it, and give you an idea about its general mechanics. All in all, I do plan to do more of these series. I personally want to aim for those overhaul mods that have been made for all major factions, but if there's anything in particular you want to see on my channel, just ask away in the comment section. I love to go for these particular wishes. Now, let's get started with a little bit of an overview about what we can do, and then we're going to smack some enemies. So, one of the real nice things about the Monkey Maharaja faction is that you have a very wide array of basic units. You have really small monkeys, the Markata, which have almost no HP, but you can recruit 15 of them for a really low price. So you get very expendable swarming units, and the Markata archers might have a pretty low damage, but they excel at taking down weaker units on the enemy side, because you get 15 freaking archers for a low price with no slow downside or anything like that. Their only downside is their extremely crappy HP. Low moral makes them very vulnerable against other things alongside with the magic resistance, but they are pretty good actually. They're really way better than I thought. These guys, well, they kind of suck, but don't underestimate them. The maces of them do quite some damage, they just need to get close. The Atavi units are like primitive humanoids, very weak in many regards, no armor, no HP, but they do quite a nice amount of damage, and they're pretty cost efficient. Then the Vanara, well, you have some armor on them, you have decent weapons on them, and you have iron costs on them. I personally dislike this tier the most, because they are stuck in between. You have to pay iron for them, but down there, if you want to pay iron, there's the Bandar, and with the Bandar you get high HP, high armor, high damage, just low numbers. That's the big downside. So all in all, I enjoy this roster a lot. Why? Because it's very versatile. You can adjust your troop regimen very good according to whatever's up against you. I really dig that. Now, with that out of the way, let's grab our troops and do a little bit of conquering. So pressing A in the screen selects everything except for the commanders, and if you want to have more shortcuts, just press the question mark button, and these shortcuts, I love them. They're really useful, just in case you didn't know already. Now, let's get started and go for a couple of fights here. There's an oasis right around the corner. That's really brilliant. And let's just try to increase our income as quick as possible. One of the biggest upsides of the Maharaja faction is that they can bring up a really nice army quite quickly, all in all. Let's see, the Dustwalkers, 16 HP. Sickle Sword, pretty high damage. Well, okay, let's see. We should be able to tackle them. Their downside, though, in the long run, just from my humble experiences, let's buy some iron, was that they are lacking those extremely impressive late-game units, like gods that devastate the earth and whatnot. This is not exactly what you're getting with those dudes, but you get a massive roster of medium power units, which are extremely good at overrunning your enemies. But we'll get through all these things in the course of the time. Right now, I will save up my money, mostly to buy myself a mage as quick as possible. Because only if you have a mage of your faction, they're called Yogi, you have access to gemstones, and the poor Troll King faction got eliminated already. Rest in peace, buddy. So we got ourselves our first mage. That's brilliant. As you see here now, we have gemstone income all of a sudden. Nice. So let's get the Yogi to my main hero, because I love to have mages on my main army. The main magic of the Monkey faction is more utility focused. So you have Twist Fate, if I remember correctly. This averts one killing blow on your units. You have Confusion, and there's a lot of similar effects. They don't have too many effects that directly kill stuff, and they mostly have utility effects. Here's one fun caveat about these guys. They have a reincarnation trait. As long as they don't have damaged or enslaved anyone, they will be reborn as what they are. If they damage somebody, they will be reborn as a lesser being, and no more yogi power. But that's a pretty fun way of doing this whole thing, and I really, well, I find it pretty hard to go for this, but it's also pretty fun. All right, we have a big cobalt mine here, which I sadly can't tackle yet. I'd love to, but I can't. So we're going to gather as many income sources as possible here, so I can recruit more troops. And as much as I'd love to go for more expansionistic behavior, ooh, this was a costly victory, but we only lost Marcatas. But since I don't have any money to get myself new troops, I'm a little bit conservative right now. Okay, so let's check out our troop roster. I have Marcata archers, and I only have archers now, which is a bad thing. Let's get back to our home city and grab ourselves some frontliners. It's a very mountainous region around me, slowing down my progression a bit. So I'm just picking up the more Marcatas here because, you know, they're inexpensive and you can do a lot of ruckus with them. And you always start with the Atavi village as well, which spawns random units for you too. The Yogi unit, by the way, can summon units for you. 30 gemstones each. I think we can actually almost afford one. But I am always pretty torn. I personally love to avoid the early game summoning. It's an Earth Gnome. Mostly because I feel like learning the next tier summoning is very, very valuable, because you will get real commanders out of that. You will summon commander units. Right now, I would summon just some foot troops, basically. Wait a sec, we have turn-coded this guy. So, if you really, 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 really need extra foot troops, I'd say go for it and summon those little guys, but I personally prefer not to and save up my gemstones for those commander units. But I'd say it really depends a lot on what kind of gemstone income you have available at that point. So, speaking about which, right now I could recruit something, but I'll not. I want to wait for some special unit here. Sometimes you get extremely lucky and you can hire at random a stack of war elephants. Well, that's not entirely a stack, it's just a war elephant. But that war elephant is a kick-ass unit. You get 58 HP on that, trample, and 2 ranged attacks per turn, and a nice gore attack. So they're pretty costly. They cost a lot of iron. So that's why I held my resources back. I find them extremely powerful and totally worth the price. So, wow, this is some very, very uncomfortable terrain here. Oh, there's a scout. Scouts are extremely valuable. And I have a city. So, if you come across a scout, my personal recommendation is immediately buy it. They uncover stealth units, and that on its own is already a massive feat. Because nothing can mess you harder up than a surprise attack. Surprise ambush. That's the word I was looking for. Ambush situations can be really, really bad for you, and therefore I really like to avoid them wherever I can. So this environment is a little bit scary. I don't feel like going for the green ooze yet, because green oozes have high resistances and they can split, and they are, well, I'm not that powerful yet. Here, this is more my cup of tea. I'd rather come back with a higher stack size there and to conquer that city later on. For now, I'll save up my money and hope that some war elephants will cross my way one more time. Yikes, high losses, but Spider Tribe villages are, as a matter of fact, very valuable. You get a lot of gold out of them, and they are... It's not a lot of gold, but I personally look at them as the valuable picks. Okay, but we got now 2 war elephants for us. Sadly, no extra commander has shown up so far. Well, okay. Then we're going to go for the other strat. Activating Amaya, and let's pick up these units as well. And send them over to my main dude. Wait a sec, why didn't I pick up both war elephants? If I only knew. Well, whatever. Let's just pick up some extras. Let's see. What do we have here? Well, I could use basically everything here, so... Let's use some money and go for some Vanara swordsmen. Okay. There's another Atavi tribe village. Oh boys, that's good. Sometimes you get lucky on jungle tiles and find more Atavi tribe villages. So you are able to expand your passive troop recruitment. And now I finally got another captain here. That's extremely good. I personally love to have free captains available for just more expansionistic behavior, you know. And there's yet another scout incoming. That's perfect. Let's recruit that guy as well. And let's see. That's 48. That's more than enough to increase the level of my Yogi. I like increasing their levels because they learn new spells there. Veil of Maya. Well, let's go for that. And let's attack the coastal hamlet. Hey, we turned 2 of these levies on my side. Perfect. Okay, let's fetch some more resources here. Hey, I got myself a captain? Aren't these actually commanders? Whatever. Okay. So, let's pick up the reinforcements. There we go. Now I got myself a nice army again. And let's start summoning. Meanwhile, my other dude, well, you know what? Amaya will be now the roaming guy that I had in mind anyways. He's already in position, you know. Might as well keep going. Alright, now, we're going to go for our first Akashic summoning if I can. No, I can't. So, here, I want to do a save file because, you know, who knows if this will go right. I'm usually not that much of a safe scummer, but sometimes just I don't want to give up an entire run only because I don't know how a fight would go. But we only lost 1 Vanara swordsman. That's brilliant. So let's have a look-see at those elephants, as you see here. I really like them because you have access to tanky units with ranged attacks, with a strong melee attack. I just like the whole package because they mitigate a lot of the weakness that you have on your troops per se. So if I can, I always recruit those guys. Wonderful. Now we only need to allocate some more gemstones, but we're on a good way here. So I'd say let's go for the next mine here. As much as I'd like to go for the city there, I think it's not time yet. Alright, lost a handful of Marcatas, but that's not really an issue. And finally I am at the point where expansionistic behavior is now not so much of a pain anymore. So, there is Storm Captain. I gotta get rid of that dude. He keeps raiding my cities. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Freebies. I've already lost my coastal hamlet. And that's absolutely intolerable. Alright, so let's activate Kalabiti and send him to my main Doom stack. And recruit another of these guys. And there we go. I always try to keep my capital guarded. At least a handful of troops, so no random stuff can just wander into your city and kill you. Because at this point I'd immediately lose the game, because this is the only building where I can recruit something. I even turn-coded a... Did I really just get this guy? Alright. Storm Captain. Maybe they're... Okay, their name is bigger than their impact. I see. Hello. So... Now, there's a handful of troops there. Didn't I send one extra stack ahead to deliver some troops? Where did it go? Ah, here. They're just sentryed for some reason. I was already wondering. Okay, more War Elephant. Always a good thing. Yay, free gem deposit. That's what I'm talking about. Griffin, not so free. More War Elephants. Alright. Let's bring the troops together here. And Kalabiti will now just do the same as his buddy and keep exploring the world for us. And let's see. Let's finally go for a first Akashic summoning. Hey, wait a sec. Did he? Yeah, he took the entirety of my troops. No. Here. So we got our first extra commander. So that's a Kinara. She got Storm Magic, so we got a nice amount of extra spells, but most importantly, we now gained the ability for Diamond Summoning. Let's check out the clouds here. You can pick up the freebies with those commanders, and I highly recommend you to. Because sometimes there's just free resource hanging around in the sky. And now, well, let's move Kalabiti first, because I'm a little bit concerned. Yeah, but that's just what I wanted. And now, let's save the game one more time. I like to do this before I enter larger combats. The game does not give you a automatic autosave, just per se. So if you want to be safe, you'd better autosave by yourself. So the Sky Realm is usually not easily accessible, but with this faction, it is. With this faction, it just is. So we only lost expendable troops. Lots of them are Kata otters, but you know, they're just cheap and replaceable. Nice. Okay, one of the real big advantages now is I can recruit here my new troops, and that's just brilliant. So let's go. I have now a way easier access to fresh units, so I don't need to worry that much about how to replenish my troops anymore. Let's give Kalabiti some extra troop here. From time to time, I highly recommend you to just collect those units that are sitting around there. Mainly because you will lose them if some random stack roams on them. And that's just a waste, you know. Alright, we're at the point where I feel like let's hire some quality troops. Let's stop going for the cheap troops, and let's start going for the quality troops. Also, keep conquering those mines. They are really, really powering up your entire progress. The more gemstones this faction has, the crazier they get. Here, cloud fungus. Well, nothing my faction can utilize. So, we have a drought. I don't care about that. Aw, my captain got killed by moose. Whatever. That's just a risk that comes with the job, you know. So, let's see. This guy here has actually a pretty nice army on him by now. And what about... So this is mostly Marcotta archers, though, so... Let's recruit ourselves some Vanara swordsmen on top of that. I wish I had already enough to tackle down this thing here, but I don't. So we're going to roam around here a bit. The coal mine was not an issue at all, mate. Nope. Alright, let's keep recruiting troops here, though, because, you know, the palace can't be unguarded. Let's take down these guys. I keep forgetting my dude up in the skies. Hey, I recruited a knight. I love confusion for this effect. Like, confusion gives you so often free troops, it's amazing. Cloud forests, well, oh dear. Ambush? Not good. Ah, Kinara. The Kinara took down all of that. What's the value you get out of these? So, I don't think that my troop stack here is able to tackle down a griffin. Don't think so. So, we're getting closer to the threshold for the next summon there. Oh dear. Another ambush? Ambushes are never a good thing. Ah, okay. It was just a small stack of dispossessed spirits. Good thing that I grabbed myself some reinforces there. Oh, there's a caravan. Let's raid it. I keep meaning to summon units, and I keep forgetting my dude in the sky. So we got 100 gold, 25 iron, and some magic items. Damn. And no losses whatsoever. Wonderful. So I keep being surprised about how effective this faction goes into its fights, you know? So we got Gauntlets of Knighthood, Ring of Protection. Yeah, well, it's just a nice power-up for our main hero. And here goes the next Kinara. Well, okay. You know what? We're going to include this Kinara into my army. It's not bad at all. These guys are really powerful on their own, as you've seen there a moment ago. I don't think that they are powerful enough to take down a rock, though. Rocks are a little bit nastier than that. Oh no! Dispossessed spirits killing my villages. Well, let's roam back home. Recruit some stuff. I got plenty of money. Plenty of iron. Wonderful. So, let's recruit some heavy-duty gear. And sadly, I don't have enough diamonds at all. But you know what? We're going to go for diamond buying now. Simply because it turns out that we have a pretty high demand on iron now. So let's use it. 10 crossbowmen are knocking on my door. Never say no to free units like that. They are stupidly strong. And they don't count against your weekly recruitment limit. That's one of the best things about them. So, there we go. So far, it's been extremely underwhelming what we found here, but that's okay. So let's go for some heavy bunda archers too. Alrighty. I think I want to roam back to Scythia and see what I can get there. The spring is here. Beautiful. Okay, well, let's recruit at Scythia this war elephant. No, wrong town. Well, whatever. Let's just pick up some more archers here. I really want to ammo up my ranged combat here. Okay. So far it's been pretty underwhelming up here, but that just happens. Yeah, so I feel like my second stack is now powerful enough, so let's go for that gold stream here. Next turn, that is. That also means I can recruit one more stack. Let's go for another round of Markata archers, because we got a lot of kobold to slay. And, you know, kobolds are small units coming in numerous amounts. So, wait a sec, why am I up here? Or down here, I should rather say. Whatever. So, let's pick up all these little units here. This troop stack here turns out to be more useful than I thought. So, the Kinara is, of course, slaying this easily, and we got this as well. Nice. It's been about time. So, seeing what I'm seeing here, that means I'm going to go for more expansionistic behavior here. My second troop stack has grown extremely powerful. And, well, there's another gold stream there. Okay. Now, I need to recruit something at the Maharaja's palace so we don't get overrun by chance. And now let's just focus on the other stuff there. I can't fly upwards. Why? The way upwards is currently blocked. What did I miss? By a massive cloud. Oh, okay. So you can't ascend upwards towards the cloud. I've never played this, the Sky Realms too much to my... I must admit to my shame. Alright. So, Trast, the hand of the initiate of the metal orders. Yeah, why not? I love mages, like I said. I find them extremely powerful and versatile. Oh yeah, this is a buff dude. And since we're up to conquering a library there, I find it's a great moment to go for that. Okay. 2 goblins were not too much of a problem, and our Atavi archer killed alone 2 dispossessed spirits. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how, I don't care. What I do care about is, he did it. Nice. Alright, so far the Sky Realm is extremely underwhelming and boring. And we are... Whew, I'll save on that. I'm a little bit scared, you know. Griffins are not exactly small game. Well, I somehow have my doubts that he'll make it, but let's just try. Oh! I think I just found the capital up there. Yup. So in terms of scouting, this is amazing. Oh, you get attacked while you're above? I didn't expect that. Okay, rip. Can't change. Ooh. I mean, sure, I could save scum now on that, but I don't feel like. It's been extremely lucky. But I gotta admit, I wouldn't have had any problems with the fact, yeah, just like I thought, that this guy would have went down by trying to... if we've lost one elephant. Kind of thought. So, let's pick up all these extra units. Let's see. We gotta do something here. So let's get this guy. Here we go. Now, these dudes are very important for your development. You know, these guys, they look like nothing special, but every one of them has Akashic magic. And I've already mentioned that Akashic magic is extremely good at buffing and debuffing. So we have now 4 extra units able to buff and debuff our enemies. This can easily spiral out of control. Let's do another Akashic summoning here. So we got a Marut General who does storm magic, okay. And as you see here, these troops are all able to summon more troops on their own. And this is where stuff gets really bonkers if you let them. So this guy is a frontliner. I'm a little bit afraid that he might kill himself too easily, so I'm not going to pick him up for actual fighting. That's one thing you got to be very careful about, and with your summons. They tend to be quite suicidal if they are in the front line. And if you have frontliners, and if you want to use them as engines of summoning, so to say, I'd highly recommend you to drop them somewhere where they can't kill themselves. As sad as that might sound, it is just necessary. Because I made the experience that otherwise they really have a very, very suicidal tendency. Which is a bit of a shame, but, well, that's how the AI in this game in general tends to work. It's not the first time that I noticed that, but that's fine. I don't mind. Alright, I think we are at a really, really good spot for starters, and ooh, a hero has arrived. And that's going to be the end of this session. So next session, I'm pretty sure that we should encounter an AI player. I mean, one of the 3 is already gone with the wind. Let's see how this will play out. Thanks for watching. I really, really enjoy this game a lot. I hope so do you. Drop me some comments down below. Leave me a thumbs up, or just subscribe if you haven't done so already. There's tons of content on my channel, and you just gotta check it out and have fun with it. So, have a nice day, and see you soon, I hope. Bye-bye.